Have you noticed how truly wealthy people rarely post photos with stacks of cash on social media? Your neighbor with the 5-year-old Toyota might have more money in the bank than that guy with a fake Rolex trying to impress everyone at the bar. I, Duchess Dollars, am here to save you from a relationship with a fake rich guy because, believe me, nothing's worse than discovering that gold chain is actually plated and will turn your neck green. Even worse is finding out that his apartment is actually rented and that supposedly Swiss watch was bought at a flea market. When I met my Mr. Millionaire, he wasn't wearing an Armani suit or driving a Ferrari. In fact, he was wearing a Discreet Patek Philippe watch that costs more than an apartment, but only connoisseurs would recognize it. The truly wealthy are like financial ninjas, silent, lethal to poverty, and extremely efficient. While the fake rich guy is on Instagram stories showing off champagne bottles at the club, the truly wealthy one is closing deals that will yield millions in the next quarter. Now let's get to what matters. I've prepared 12 subtle signs to identify a truly wealthy man. And no, gold-plated dental grills aren't one of them. That's something a lottery winner does when they don't know what to do with their money. Truly wealthy people invest in top-tier cosmetic dentistry, the kind that looks natural but costs as much as a car. 1. Quality clothing without flashy logos. The first sign. He wears impeccably high-quality clothes, but you rarely see enormous logos. The truly wealthy don't need to advertise the brands they wear. The fabric quality speaks for itself. While the pretender is wearing a Gucci t-shirt with a massive logo, the true millionaire is wearing an Egyptian cotton shirt that costs as much as a car, but looks like a simple white shirt to the uninformed. It's that shirt you touch and think, my God, what is this? It feels like it's made of clouds. When I first touched Mr. Millionaire's cashmere sweater, I nearly fainted. It wasn't like those scratchy department store sweaters your aunt buys for Christmas. It was as if angels had specially woven it for him. And the cut of his clothes? Perfectly tailored to his body. No boxy suits that look like they came from his father's closet. Discreet millionaires have their clothes custom-made or adjusted by elite tailors. Mr. Millionaire has an Italian tailor who comes to our house twice a year to take his measurements. It's almost a religious ritual. When your prospect says his clothes are tailored, verify if he means handmade by a master tailor or just adjusted at the mall's seamstress. 2. Never talks about money. The second sign, he never talks about money, ever. True millionaires consider it vulgar to discuss how much their watch or car cost. If he tells you how much he earns within the first 15 minutes of conversation, run. It's faker than a $3 bill. Mr. Millionaire never mentioned his wealth. I discovered it when I accidentally saw his bank statement. Oops. It happened when he was sleeping, and curious as I am, I peeked at his banking app. The balance had so many zeros I thought my eyes were deceiving me. Authentic millionaires talk about ideas, experiences, history, art, maybe even philosophy, but never about how much the wine they're drinking costs. If a man starts telling you this wine costs X or my watch cost Y, you can be sure he's trying to compensate for something. Probably the lack of real money, or worse yet, lack of personality. Truly wealthy men have enough security not to need to impress anyone with numbers. 3. How he pays. The third sign, watch how he pays. A discreet black or titanium card without making a fuss. He doesn't check the bill total or calculate a 10% tip. He simply pays and that's it. No pained expression like a poor man makes when seeing the total. None of that. Wow, already? The date was going so well. And certainly not that embarrassing. Should we split it? If he suggests splitting the bill on the first date, darling, you have 2 options. Get up and leave or accept and never see him again. Unless, of course, you're practicing charity. The discreet millionaire will pay so naturally you'll barely notice. It's like magic. The bill appears, disappears, and he continues talking about that art exhibition in Venice as if nothing happened. No pulling out a calculator to check if the bill is correct or, worse, questioning the waiter about the water price. And the tip? Always generous. Mr. Millionaire leaves at least a 20% tip. Not because he wants to impress, but because he understands the value of good service. 4. Values experiences over material goods. The fourth sign. He values experiences above material possessions. Instead of buying a new watch every month, he might take you for a weekend at an exclusive hotel where the daily rate costs more than your apartment's annual rent. Mr. Millionaire and I don't go to the Maldives to post photos. We go because we can, darling. And you know what's most interesting? You might not see a single photo from that trip on his social media. The truly wealthy live it. The fakers document it to prove they lived it. When a wealthy man gives you a gift, he doesn't necessarily choose the most expensive item in the display, but rather something meaningful and often personalized. Mr. Millionaire gave me a first edition of my favorite book with the author's dedication. I don't know how much it cost, and I don't care. The value is in its exclusivity and meaning. Compare that with the fake rich who buys a famous brand item just because everyone will recognize the logo and think he spent a lot. The truly wealthy invest in moments and memories. They take you to restaurants where it's impossible to get a reservation unless you personally know the chef as they do, to private concerts, to exclusive tastings. Things money alone can't buy. You need connections, and that only comes with long-term wealth. 5. Drives discreet quality cars. The 5th sign. The truly wealthy drive discreet and reliable cars. Many Silicon Valley billionaires drive Toyotas and Hondas. Elon Musk may have rockets, but many authentic wealthy people prefer practical vehicles. I had to teach this to Mr. Millionaire when he wanted to buy a Lamborghini. I said, "Love, that's for newly signed soccer players or cryptocurrency influencers." We bought a discreet Bentley instead. Is it luxurious? Yes. Is it as flashy as a yellow Lamborghini? Number. The discreet millionaire's car is usually high quality, comfortable, safe, but doesn't scream, "Look at me," on the streets. It might be a Mercedes S-Class, a BMW 7 Series, or even a high-end Volvo. And most importantly, it's always impeccably clean and well-maintained. No dented bodywork or coffee-stained interior. The truly wealthy treat their possessions with respect. They don't discard them when the newer model comes out. That's a nouveau riche mentality or someone trying to appear wealthy. What about vintage collector cars? Those are a legitimate passion of the truly wealthy. Mr. Millionaire has a 1960s Aston Martin that he rarely drives but cares for like a child. It's not for showing off, it's for the love of design, engineering, and history. If a man has a perfectly restored vintage car that he treats with reverence, that might be a good sign. 6. Multiple income sources. The 6th sign. He has multiple income sources. You notice he receives messages about different businesses, has meetings with people from various sectors. He's never worried about the next paycheck because he probably has investments generating returns while we sleep. Meanwhile, the fake rich guy is selling how to get rich courses because that's his only income source. The discreet millionaire understands the power of diversification. He may have businesses in completely different sectors, perhaps a stake in a tech company, some rental properties, stock investments, a vineyard as a hobby that also turns a profit. When you ask, "What do you do?" Swing, the answer isn't simple. It's not just "I'm a doctor" or "I'm a lawyer." It's a complex explanation of various activities and investments. And he understands investments like no other. He doesn't fall for get-rich-quick schemes or obsessively check stock prices every 5 minutes. He has a long-term strategy, works with elite financial advisors, and sleeps soundly even when the market is down. That's confidence that only comes with true wealth. Mr. Millionaire spends more time reading financial reports than scrolling Instagram. The result? While others lose money on passing trends, he continues accumulating silently. 7. Quality of his social circle. The 7th sign. The quality of his social circle. His friends are also successful but equally discreet. They don't compete to see who spends more. In fact, they're probably discussing which real estate fund yields better returns or which country has the most favorable tax legislation. Boring? Maybe. Wealthy? Definitely. Pay close attention to the people around him. They're interesting, accomplished individuals with stories to tell that don't just involve parties and material acquisitions. They're CEOs, investors, renowned doctors, celebrated artists, intellectuals, people who have built something significant. They're not just socialites or figures known for, well, being known. And most revealing, how do these people treat him? If they genuinely respect him, consult him on important decisions, trust his judgment, you're looking at a man of true value and probably true wealth. I remember once at a dinner when a Fortune 500 CEO asked Mr. Millionaire's opinion on a multi-million-dollar acquisition. That moment told me more about his value than any bank statement could. 8. Generous without fanfare. The 8th sign. He's generous without making a fuss. He won't film when he tips or helps someone. True generosity doesn't need an audience. Mr. Millionaire donated to build an entire hospital wing and requested they not put his name on it. That's real wealth, not like that influencer who films himself giving $100 to a homeless person. The discreet millionaire understands the power and responsibility that come with wealth. He supports causes that truly matter to him, whether education, health, art, or the environment. And he does so strategically, with long-term impact in mind, not just to alleviate guilt or for an Instagram photo. Observe how he treats people who can do nothing for him: waiters, drivers, receptionists. The truly wealthy are polite and respectful to everyone, regardless of social position. The fake rich treats well only those above him on the social scale and is rude to those he considers inferior. Nothing reveals a man's character and financial insecurity more than how he treats those who serve him. 9. An impressive library. The 9th sign. He has an impressive library. The truly wealthy constantly invest in knowledge. Warren Buffett still reads 5 hours a day. If the man has a collection of books on investments, history, and economics, there's a good chance he's the truly wealthy man you're looking for. If his only reading is TikTok captions, well, you already know, right? A millionaire's library isn't just decorative. The books have markings, notes, signs of use. He actually reads and absorbs that knowledge. And the topics are varied. Not just finance, but philosophy, history, science, art. Intellectual curiosity is a common characteristic among the truly successful. Mr. Millionaire has an autographed copy of Adam Smith's The Wealth of Nations. Not because it's valuable, though it is, but because he genuinely cares about the economic principles discussed there. When he talks about the book, his eyes shine with genuine enthusiasm. You can't fake that, darling. And the conversations? A truly wealthy man can discuss a variety of subjects with depth and nuance. He has informed opinions about geopolitics, economic trends, contemporary art. It's not that superficial talk of someone just repeating what they saw on YouTube. True intellectual wealth accompanies material wealth in most cases. 10. The shoes. The 10th sign. The shoes. Always observe the shoes. A truly wealthy man wears extremely high-quality shoes, well-maintained and comfortable. That Italian leather that feels like butter isn't on sale at the department store, darling. If you see a man in an expensive suit with cheap shoes, he's just playing dress-up. Shoes tell a story many can't read. It's not just the brand, but the leather quality, the craftsmanship, the small details that only connoisseurs notice. A pair of handmade John Lobs can cost more than a month's rent in an upscale neighborhood, but to the uninitiated, they just look like nice shoes. And they're always impeccably clean and well-maintained. The truly wealthy understand that maintenance is as important as acquisition. Well-polished shoes, with sole protectors if necessary, stored on cedar trees when not in use. This demonstrates attention to detail and respect for quality goods. 2 characteristics of the truly wealthy. Mr. Millionaire has pairs of shoes older than some of my relationships, but they look new because they're cared for with devotion. The leather has aged beautifully, developing that patina that only time and proper use can create. That's true luxury. Items that improve with time, not discarded in the next season. 11. He has time. The 11th sign. He has time. The truly wealthy isn't always busy. He controls his time because he understands that's the real wealth. He can leave in the middle of the week to play golf or have a 3-hour lunch without asking anyone's permission. Meanwhile, the fake rich is always closing important deals that never materialize. Time is the only truly scarce resource, and authentic wealthy people know this. They structure their lives and businesses to maximize their control over how they spend their hours. While the fake rich is killing himself working to maintain appearances, the truly wealthy has created systems that work for him. Observe his relationship with technology. He's not a slave to his phone, answering messages every minute. He probably has assistants who filter communications, leaving him only what really matters. When you're with him, he's truly present, not constantly distracted by notifications. And vacations? The authentic millionaire can take weeks or even months off if he wants. His businesses continue to function, his investments continue to yield returns. There's no rush to return because everything will fall apart without me. That's insecurity, not wealth. Mr. Millionaire and I spent an entire month in Tuscany last year, and he checked emails just once a week. That's true control over one's life. 12th, invests in health. The 12th sign. He invests in health as if it were a premium bank account. Private doctor, nutritionist, elite personal trainer, imported supplements. While the fake rich is buying designer clothes, the truly wealthy is buying more quality years of life. Mr. Millionaire spends more on annual checkups than many people earn in a year. The smartest wealthy people understand that health is the foundation of everything. What good is all the money in the world if you're not healthy enough to enjoy it? They invest preventively, not just reacting when something goes wrong. Complete annual exams, consultations with top specialists, a home gym with professional equipment, perhaps even a personal chef who prepares nutritious and delicious meals. Observe his physical appearance. I'm not talking about natural beauty or youth, but care. Well cared for skin, good posture, healthy appearance. This comes from years of investment in well-being, not a week of dieting before summer. The truly wealthy understands that his health is his most valuable asset and acts accordingly. And sleep? The discreet millionaire values good rest. He might have a custom-made mattress that costs more than a car, a perfectly optimized bedroom for sleep. Perhaps even regularly consults sleep specialists. While the fake rich is enjoying the night to post on social media, the truly wealthy is recovering his energy for the next productive day. Darling, once you understand these signs, you'll never be fooled again by a man with a fake gold chain trying to impress you. And if you haven't found your wealthy boy yet, stay here with me, learning to get rich on your own. After all, being rich and independent is much better than depending on someone, although it's even more fun to be rich and married to a millionaire. If you want more tips like these to identify and win over a truly wealthy man, subscribe to the channel now, leave your like, and activate the notification bell. After all, you deserve to be rich, whether on your own or with a little help from destiny in the form of a discreetly wealthy man. And remember, you're not being gold digging, you're being strategic. Men have been choosing women for beauty for millennia. Why can't we choose based on wallet size? I've left in the first pinned comment several links to products that truly wealthy people use. They're not those obvious brands everyone knows, but the true brands that discreet millionaires adore. They're the kind of brands you might never have heard of, but that connoisseurs immediately recognize. The type of brand that doesn't need a big logo because the quality speaks for itself. If you liked this video and learned how to identify a truly wealthy man, comment, "Rich and smart," to show me you're one of mine, and share it with that friend who keeps falling for men with fake watches and stories of incredible investments. You might be saving her heart and her bank account too. Remember, you were born to have the best. Accept nothing less. Be rich, be happy, and if you're going to cry, let it be in your private jet on the way to Europe. As I always say to Chanel, my Pomeranian dog who only drinks filtered water, life is too short for poor men and counterfeit purses. Duchess Dollars signing off, my loves. I'm off to take my gold bath, and I'll be back next week with more tips to enrich your life, literally.